In over 20 years of building a successful 8-figure business, choosing the right productivity and technology tools has honestly been a pretty significant part of that puzzle. We've made many mistakes over the years in training staff and paying thousands of dollars for subscriptions that ended up being duds. And until now, 20 years down the road, we finally landed on 8 perfect pieces of software that essentially impact every day and every part of our business. Today, I want to share with you the tools that we use and how you may choose to use tools like this to improve your daily business operations. This is not the sexy stuff, but let me tell you, this is the powerful stuff that helps you build a scalable, profitable, and successful business. We're going to start with the project management section, and this is really how we get shit done together. Now, we're a remote team, and our team of over 60 people in the group all work from home or from co-working locations in multiple time zones, multiple locations all around the world. And we use an app called Asana, which is effectively our comprehensive task and project shared management system. Now, this runs the whole business with calendars, with Kanban boards, with production boards, with project management and milestones and all those fun things. It allows us to break down tasks, assign ownership to those tasks, set deadlines, although let's be honest, deadlines are sometimes flexible, and effectively help us to get things done. The thing I love about Asana is it removes the element of, is it done yet? Is it done yet? In a business owner's life. And that complete feeling of overwhelm where there's just 300 things to do and no way of prioritizing or getting them done starts to be resolved when you implement a shared task management system. Now, the reason we chose Asana over alternatives like Monday, Rike, Trello, ClickUp, and others, which are all great tools, is I love that Asana has a simple interface. Some criticize it for being too simple, but I love that it also integrates with many external tools as well. Of course, it talks to Zapier, meaning that we can get data in and out easily. The thing I love about having an online system is it gets it out of people's heads and down somewhere, whether it's in writing on a computer or at least somewhere, so that everyone can access it and see what's happening. Gone are the days where we need a whiteboard of current projects up on the wall in an office, and we can instead rely on working together online. Once you've upgraded, you get access to things like goals, setting up portfolios so you can monitor multiple projects at the same time. You get all kinds of custom fields so you can turn Asana into a bit of a database for your business. And of course, using rules allow you to automate a lot of the operations and make things run smart. Now, the next step in getting shit done together is starting to move away from some of the things that you would normally use a meeting for. Let me explain. Asynchronous communication and asynchronous working means that you're able to get work done without having to necessarily be in the same time zone and in the same room as someone else. Now, when we moved from working in individual offices or group office spaces to working online, something really disappeared that was important in those office environments. And that is the ability to grab someone for just a couple of minutes and do some quick work with them or nut something out. And instead, we moved everything to 30-minute or 1-hour meetings online. And it means that quite often we can fill that space with stuff that doesn't necessarily need to be filled. We use a tool called Loom to record messages between each other, and we can put that into our project management system like Asana to explain something with a bit more nuance than text and possibly even faster than tapping out an email or a message to someone, but allowing someone to rewind, get a transcription. You can even remove the ums and the ahs, and it allows someone to get work done with you as if they were in the same room without having to schedule a meeting. Now, the thing that I love about this is you can record obviously audio, but also visuals. So if people like to read and receive messages in different modalities, it's going to tick those boxes for them. And of course, if you're showing a technical process, well, you can turn recorded videos into training material. We love this combined with our task management system because it means that we can cut down on the number of meetings that we need to have. And Asana even has a recording feature built in, which relies on Vimeo as the back end. Now, if you're interested in alternatives, we also sometimes use Screencastify because that one's got some cool features like direct upload to Google Drive for creating training material. And I also happen to be a fan of Awesome Screenshot. Let's move on to communication. And one of my favorite tools for this is Google Chat. Now, I'm sure you've used Slack or Facebook Messenger or WhatsApp or something in your business to chat to your team. But Google Chat is really great if you're using the rest of the Google ecosystem because it's user-friendly and it's deeply integrated with everything else Google. Now, you've got all the basics like setting up group-based rooms and access permissions based on security groups that reflect your Google Workspace admin panel. That's all very useful. And setting up different channels for different areas of the business is a great idea, as well as your off-topic channels like casual chat, we call ours the water cooler, or even like a marketing space for external marketing contractors or advisors to collaborate with those inside and outside your business as well. The things I love about chat is they now include threads to keep your chat rooms tidy, and it saves everything inside your Google Workspace account. So you don't have to worry about your messages getting missing or lost or disappearing to somewhere outside of the control of your business. If you've got staff members that have messages about work information on text message and their device is lost, or it's hacked into by somebody else, or I don't know, maybe it's left on the train and their password is 1234. Well, someone may get access to enough business data to potentially compromise the security of your business. So I'm a big no-no for using any consumer-based messaging services for business communications. Now, if you're someone who's coming from Slack, or maybe even you're using Microsoft Teams right now, you may be looking for the same kind of features, and chat includes the ability to communicate with third-party apps and applications. There's not many bots or apps inside of chat that I really like, but I do love the ability to have anything outside of chat plumbed into a chat automatically via Zapier. So if a sale happens in our CRM system, we can automatically have a notification show up in a thread. If a customer gives us a thumbs down on a customer service survey, we can automatically have that go immediately to the leaders of the business. And if we have someone give us a 5-star review, we can also automate that as well, so we can celebrate with the team. Chat, of course, couples nicely with Google Meet, and Google Meet helps us to stay connected as a remote team. Now, we don't have a fixed office apart from a couple of staff who use a shared space down in Melbourne. And so for most of our team, working and chatting online is the norm. Now, we've eliminated the need to download any software to anyone's computer with Google Meet and Google Workspace online, because we don't have to worry about keeping a local application up to date. It still supports high quality video, it's got great audio, and it's got all these kind of cool things that only Google can do so well, like automatically filtering out a baby crying or a dog barking in the background, or cars whizzing past your street if you live somewhere noisy. Google Meet automatically tunes your audio so you are reducing any background noise. It's also got some other little gesture-based features like raising a hand and automatically having a hand raise in the meeting. That's a weird one, but it does work if you're interested in that. My favorite feature by far, though, with Google Meet is when I record a meeting, it automatically places it into my Google Drive, meaning I've got easy access to it and I don't have to worry about filling up the storage space on my computer. We have a rule inside our company, and we pretty much record every single meeting because we like to be able to refer to things going back, and especially if we're delivering work to a client, we want to make sure that we've got a high level of delivery. And so we've got thousands of meetings that are recorded every month by our team, and they need to go somewhere. If you're using a local based software like Zoom, you've got to finish your meeting, you've got to render the meeting recording, you've got to manually drag and drop it to a cloud-based service to synchronize it or share it with others. It just turns into a mess. Or you've got to pay for their recording cloud storage. And so for me, I'd prefer to have that all happen automatically, and Meet does that for me. Now, we haven't even got into the fun stuff with Meet, like automatically transcribing meetings, automatically translating meetings is actually on the way as well. And, I've got to say, if you're someone who's still in the past and you're using, I don't know, Skype or maybe even Teams, which is okay these days, but just seems to be a few extra button clicks for everything that Meet does, well, consider using Google Meet. It is an absolutely fantastic piece of kit. Next up, let's talk file management. Now, we use Google Drive for just about everything file storage in our business. It is our central hub for documents, spreadsheets, presentations, yes, but it is also the place where we collaborate, not only inside the business, but outside as well. Want to share a document with my accountant? It lives in the Google Drive. Want to share a new marketing campaign with our external marketing consulting? Well, it's all shared inside a secured Google Drive. And the thing that I really love about Google Drive is because I own the shared folders, when I configure them, I can allow someone outside my business to access them, and they can upload and edit files, but they don't have the ability to delete files from those shared files. That's one of the best features that Google have brought out in the last 5 years, and it means that my company data is kept secure and safe. Now, there are alternatives to Google Drive. If you choose to, you could use Dropbox. I would ask why. Google Drive pretty much does absolutely everything. Dropbox just seems like a double up. You could also use OneDrive, and I haven't touched it in a few years, but from all reports, it's still pretty poo. And so my recommendation above all is Google Drive, and you get that beautiful coalescence between your Microsoft documents, whether you've got PDFs or image files or music files, video files, anything that you've got in their file format can live inside of Google Drive, as well as all of your Google documents in the same folder structure. Love that. It means that I just go to one place for my files and it's easy to access all of them. Next up, let's talk security. And I know that this is a contentious recommendation, but we use LastPass. We're partnered with LastPass, and we've covered many other videos on why we have remained partners with LastPass. You can cover those at another time. But I don't care what password manager you use, as long as you're using something. You want to have a tool that acts as a digital keyring for securing password management. It is now no longer a matter of if, but a matter of when your passwords are compromised. It happens all the time. And so it is unsafe to use one password across multiple sites these days. You must generate a strong password, and you must allow those passwords to be securely shared between your staff teams and never, ever, ever cut and paste it manually into a chat message, even if it's an encrypted channel, because that culture of sharing passwords in plain text will eventually bite you in the butt. Now, if you're looking for an alternative to LastPass, you could look at Keeper, you could look at 1Password. There are many other solutions out there on the market, but making sure you have a secured way of sharing passwords between your different team members is absolutely essential. Number 5, let's talk about communication. And again, these are important for us as a remote team. Number 1 tool here is Hive, which is a shared mailbox and shared labels tool. Now, this allows us to have one mailbox with multiple staff accessing that mailbox. And we have upwards of 20, 30, sometimes 40 people accessing that mailbox at any one time, responding to requests from our customers, making sure we do it in a timely manner. And also, we've got the mechanism for customers to give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down to let us know how we're doing on our delivery. We get reports on how quickly we respond to messages and how quickly customers are able to get their issues resolved. And I love those features because it allows us to see how are we delivering as a service company. And I think that any business, not just IT support or consulting or services companies, should be using a tool like this. If you are delivering any kind of service over email to your customers, or you're receiving any moderate to high level of emails on any customer communication channel, whether it's service, whether it's delivery, whether it's support, whether it's sales, you can benefit from a shared mailbox system, which is going to help you and your team deliver better. Now, this tool itself, Hive, happens to work extremely well with Workspace. If you're interested in some alternatives, you might want to check out Front, Help Scout, or Intercom. And from there, you start to get into more dedicated ticketing systems like Zendesk and the like, which are very dedicated and designed for larger volumes of traffic. But small business, Hive is a great option. Finally, our last tool is Dialpad, which is a cloud-based phone system allowing us to make business calls from our business numbers without having to use personal mobile phone credits, without having to use dinky VPNs or dialing into a PABX system sitting in an office somewhere. No, Dialpad is completely virtual and completely cloud-based. And it gives us a lot of flexibility, particularly if our staff are offshore based in the Philippines. Well, they can service Australian customers with an Australian number and our US customers with a US number. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can purchase a license for a country and have a local phone number in that country. Now, apart from that, Dialpad also gives us live transcriptions of our calls and analysis of who's making how many calls. We can see who our top performers are in the company, and that helps us to improve our customer service and team performance as well. And one of the things that I love about Dialpad is their voice AI feature, which literally listens to a phone call, transcribes it, and then will decide what the customer sentiment was on that call, whether having a good experience or a bad experience. And they will give you reports on that customer sentiment to let you know whether or not your team are delivering well and who may need some coaching or some support to deliver better to your customers. It's an absolutely fantastic application, deeply integrated to your CRM system, and it can also talk to Zapier as well. If you're interested in Dialpad or another cloud-based phone system, have a chat to our team. And if you want to have a look at some alternatives, you might check out RingCentral, 8x8, or AirCall. If you're ready to take your team's business productivity to the next level, it's a bit cliche to say that, but if you're looking for the most productivity out of your team and you're looking for some guidance on what tools might work well for your business, or maybe you're interested in one of these tools here, well, reach out to itGenius on the link down below for a free consultation. We're based in Australia, but we service customers all over the world. And let's help unlock the full potential of your business and the technology inside your business as well. Make sure you subscribe, have a look around the channel. If this is your first video, welcome, and I'll see you in the next one.